Hey guys, Kev here, and just want to do a quick unboxing. The floodgates have finally opened from USPS, so I have some things showing up that have been, in the works for a little while. The first thing I want to unbox here, this is going to be my Giantmouse Ace Grand that BJ Hill, shout out to BJ Hill at Hilltop Knives and Gear, or as Kyle from DTOM Knives and Gear would say, JB from Top Hill Gears and Knives. So I'm going to get into this real quick. Unboxing knife is the Asher Knife Frame Lock Nomad. I'm really liking this thing, guys. It's really nice. Super thin knife. I had a little bit of an issue with it when I unboxed it, but I explained at the end kind of what happened there, and it's all good. Loving it now. So, the kind of background on this one, guys, is that I bought the Ace Grand, and I love this knife, but the detent was just really light. Like, I could just throw it out. When you would close it, it would just bounce off the lock and kind of come back open a little bit and hang there. It just wasn't good. And I figured BJ could do some work on it, and he could also maybe extend the access to the lock bar a little bit and then do some kind of, aesthetic stuff to it too. So this is the first time I'm seeing this, guys. Here it is. Oh, wow. Wow. It doesn't even look like the same color. Look at this. This is green micarta, but now it looks almost natural. I don't know if that's the lighting I'm in or if it's something he did, but it looks amazing. Centering is dead on, guys. And look at this hardware. Ooh, he heat anode it, or if it was titanium, I guess he anode it. Look at that back spacer. Wow. This looks amazing, guys. I am freaking stoked right now. Now, the detent is going to be the question, right? And I guess the access to the lock bar, those were the kind of, those were the things he was working on that weren't just aesthetic. So let's get a feel for it here. All right, so she shoots out just like she used to. Ergos are good. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's a little more room in here now. And there we go. Good action on it. Doesn't drop shut the way it did when I first got it, but I think that's part of the detent kind of thing there. I'm trying to get a feel for the detent. So he did tell me that the detent wasn't, he wasn't able to get it to be super strong. He was just able to get it better because at some point the lock bar is going to rub against the blade, and that just causes all types of issues. So I just wanted it good enough so it wouldn't start bouncing off again. I'm sure I'll still be able to shake it open, but hopefully, yeah, not as easily. You know, before I could just give it one little, well, yeah. So it's still a pretty light detent here, guys. But again, this was the best he could do with what he had, just because you're going to run into more issues, operational issues. The knife's not going to function the way it's supposed to if you mess with that detent too much more. So I definitely liking it. It flips out really nice with the middle finger. The thumb flips out really nice. It's still doing that thing where it bounces off, though. And that was really my biggest issue with this knife and why I didn't want to carry it. Because if I have to worry about it kind of bouncing off and it would bounce off and then get stuck like this. So, this is just my initial out of the box here. I'll have to play with it a little bit. Yeah, it's hard for me to remember how light the detent was to begin with, because it still feels extremely light. Interesting. Really makes me want to get another one in just so I can kind of feel the difference. But yeah, I mean, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. Wow, it came out so much better than I thought it would. Got a little bit of play in the blade, so I'll have to tighten some stuff up here. But really interesting looking. I love the bronze accents to this thing. And it just, something, I swear he did something to this micarta. It looks so much fresher. It looks like he took a layer of green off. And it almost looks like it has natural micarta scales now, which is amazing. I don't know if that's just, I don't know. I'll have to ask about it, but thing looks amazing. The action is definitely good. Yeah, the D10 is definitely, I'd say it's better. But again, it's not perfect, but he told me that. See, it bounces off like that, and that's just what I couldn't stand. He put a mean edge on this thing. I don't know if you can see it. At least I think, yeah, it's got a mirror polish on it. That is incredible. He does an incredible KME edge. He told me he can do one of these in like 10 minutes on like M390. That's amazing how you can get a mirror polish that is nasty in terms of sharpness in 10 minutes. He's just a master, you know? So that is the Ace Grand back home, customized a bit, you know, kind of dialed in a little more, as best as it could be dialed in. Sometimes, you know, you can only work with what you have, and this is as far as he could take it. So definitely not saying BJ did anything wrong here. I just think Giantmouse, and I think it's Fox Knives, although some people seem to think it's Viper. You know, they just really are off on their detents. They're all over the place. And I've talked about this before, but it really makes it tough when you're buying a knife, you know, $200 basically for this knife, and you don't know if you're going to get one that's too stiff to open, or if you're going to get one that's too light that it's no, you know, it's not really a carryable knife, in my opinion. It's just kind of tough. Like, they really need to work on that, and they have, because they're starting to get Riot to do more of their stuff. So, we got to give them a little credit for trying to take care of that issue. But I have definitely rambled enough here, guys. This is the Giantmouse Ace Grand, now a custom, one-of-a-kind Ace Grand that is in my collection, and I am stoked to have it back. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.